What do we need in my life? If I wake up early enough, I can get a bike ride before they wake up. Key. But we bike ride, make breakfast, head on to the facility, get a quick workout in, and sort of start the day off proper. I've got Tank Jordan, I've got Glory Jordan, AKA Glojo. Yes, Tank is his real name, that's government. Middle name, though. His first name's Caleb. Okay. You can see which name I gave him. And then you got Nia Grace, little Nia Grace over here. And then we have the youngest one, Chanel Truth. I gave her Chanel because she's expensive already. No, just kidding. I call her Cha-Cha, AKA I like to Cha-Cha, AKA Cha-Cha real slow. Yeah, that's 4. Then, of course, I got my wife, who is an amazing mom, amazing caretaker, amazing caregiver. What's up, baby? That's not cooked yet. Don't you do it. You like sausage, huh? Sausage or bacon? Sausage. Man, the city, when I first got here, it was a lockout year. That was different.
The union walked away from the mediation process today to decertify.
The owners then responded with a lockout at midnight.
We literally got here and got the playbook, and then the next day, we couldn't have any contact with the Saints. So I was 21, and hey, this is gonna be your city. Oh, by the way, don't talk to us. Oh, and so then I had to make connections within the city. But it's home. I mean, it's somewhere that, people embrace you. It's like the food, it's the culture, it's the people, the personalities. You could be at a bar having a drink and somebody will eventually invite you to a crawfish boil. It's just that friendly. Talking has ruined my hash browns, by the way. When you think about my 5-year-old who was born here when, almost 6 years ago, I was a kid. I was 24 when we found out. That sort of transforms the way you look at stuff. It goes from, hey, it's just about me, to, bro, I don't want him to face anything that I've ever faced that was a negative light. These are things that you wish you didn't have to address at such a young age. I wish I could turn on the TV and we just watch Power Rangers all day, but we turn on the news is flooded with these unjust situations that we've been put in, whether that be from Aiyana Stanley Jones to Alden Sterling, and of course, George Floyd. There's so many different cases, and it's just force-fed to you. And you're watching, you're like, yo, my 5-year-old can't see this, but at the same time, you have to understand, what you may be faced with and what you may, hopefully, God forbid, you never go through.
I can't breathe.
Get up and get in the car.
Mama.
Get up and get in the car right.
I can't breathe all the time.
Hit the book. Big bite. It's good this time.
Thank you all so much for being here. I'm joined this afternoon by our one and only Cam Jordan, representing himself as well as the New Orleans Saints. And in the wake of the protests, I'll have to go back there last year, Cam reached out to my office immediately. He said, let's do more. What can I do? And let me tell you, that's something that any mayor anywhere would embrace. Second to none. Thank you, Cam. So we're excited to support the Crescent City Corps, a fellowship program that focuses on anti-racist leadership development, community engagement, and of course, reimagining public safety. And this is being provided directly to our police officers. Come on, Cam.
In my football playing career, I think about the saying about being 1% better every day. 1% better every day in some facet can always lead to a positive impact, a positive change. And I feel like we have a chance to create a positive impact in this way. I'll be learning just like they will be. I'll be trying to bring in as much attention and bring in as much knowledge as I can to myself to understand exactly what's going through. I've had, 4 kids here. They are New Orleanians. So when they look back at it, I would want them to say, hey, we try to do something that, was going to make them proud.
I know it's been a long journey to get to this place. I'm so grateful to be here with y'all. My name's Brent Godfrey. I started Crescent City Corps several years ago. I think it's just important that as we're coming together and building this container for this conversation, that you bring your whole selves to this experience and you also speak up for what you need and what you hope this can be and continue building towards the just, safer, more inclusive world that I think a lot of us got into this work to begin with. So what's the DNA of what Crescent City Corps is about? It's about leadership, it's about community engagement, it's about racial equity, exploring how racial oppression and the history of racism in our country shapes lots of the systems that we're a part of, and then what's going on in those systems that are informing the way that we do our work. How do we need to build relationships with people in those systems to think collaboratively about how we're addressing this stuff? Because I think you all know from your life on the streets of the city that police can't do this job on their own, which is to say keeping our city safe and healthy, and neither can anyone else in any of the other systems.
I hope to gain insight from other officers' perspectives. I think that me coming into the job, I had a perspective where I agree with the thought that unarmed black people shouldn't be getting slain in the streets by police officers and the people that we trust. However, there's always a second side to all of those encounters, so just to get other officers with more experience on the streets and know what their thoughts are, I look forward to that concept as well as how to become a better leader in the community and what the community looks for us to do.
So I'm Christopher Coleman. I'm from Pascagoula, Mississippi. I'm one of those people that if you offer training, I'm going to sign up for it. I knew, again, me not being from here, I could definitely benefit from something like this. So I immediately jumped on it and signed up. This is going to better any officer.
My dad joined the force in 1988, and back then, I don't know if y'all realized, but our badges just say New Orleans Police and then officer and then your badge. Back then, it was patrolman. Just the fact that they've realized that patrolman was one-sided and it didn't realize that we were open and we were hiring women. It just shows where the department has come from, where we're going, and how we're continually looking to better ourselves.
When you think about their everyday policing, everyday jobs, and how they can go about being affected by hopefully this training. I mean, we talk about anti-racist, you talk about leadership training, like equality training. I think CCC does a great job of making it feel that this is an open space, make it feel that this is inclusive. It's okay to not only be heard, but hear other officers.
I want us to be thinking about what are the values that we hold that's gonna allow us to be engaging in these conversations. So I want you to write down 3 values that you hold that you feel like is important for you to be able to show up today and for the rest of your time that we're together. And then just pick one of those that you're gonna share out to the group.
Hey, I'm Desi. A lot of people know me by Guzman or Goosey. I chose courage because sometimes we feel like we don't have a voice. A lot of officers would not want to participate in a program like this because we, in general, feel like our voice is not heard as officers. When you are part of a system that you feel like you're a pawn, you don't belong in the politics version of it. And so a lot of the work that we were used to doing as far as community engagement doesn't quite work the same way when it's a political change. So we have a new mayor, then we have a new chief of police, so it's no consistency going on.
I'm Aaron Jones. I'm a football fanatic. I always wanted to go to LSU, play for the Saints. I ended up playing at this small school in Muskogee, Oklahoma, called Big Cone College. And it makes me realize it's really not about where you go, but what you do when you get there. And especially being on the platoon makes me realize how much I can relate football to being on the platoon with teamwork. I'm all about teamwork.
Hey, how are you?
Hey y'all, I want to introduce to you guys Cam Jordan, New Orleans Saints player, sponsor of our program.
When I think about this training and how open it is, it's that locker room feel that I've been saying that I wish everybody could feel. It's that idea that it's not a us versus them, it can possibly be a we. And that's what we're fighting for, or that's what we're pushing for, that's what I'm pushing for, that's what I'm hoping for. And the insight that even this first day has provided gives me some sort of hope.
I'm all about New Orleans, I'm all about Metairie. I mean, now I've got kids that are from New Orleans, and it's not about what we do, it's about how we can affect our future.
What the heck is a life map? Let me see this life map.
I got you,
You told me, and then you just like...
Here you go.
Big board.
Yep. Cam, can we ask you to go?
Oh, I'm up second. All right, cool. I know exactly what my foundation is. It's always been legacy. I'm family driven. You're gonna see a reflection of what I think, you know, how I should carry myself to how I do carry myself is all from what I was able to watch. Whether it be the way, you know, my pops carried stuff or my mom's carried things. Their do's, their don'ts, all of it is what you see in me.
We don't have to go in a circle. I'll just kind of open it to what other people kind of need in order to engage with each other over your 6 months together.
We all kind of agree on having an open mind. I think just remembering to have an open mind to people's discussions since we're about to get really uncomfortable.
Enjoy our time together. This is really refreshing, you know, and for it to be all, you know, police officers in the community. We should value that.
What this can bring is that hopeful insight that we can get beyond these negative connotations of the shield. But everything that we think about, you know, how a city or a community could be policed, I think there's a better way, there's always a better way to do it. And in that being said, I mean, what better way to try and help an interpersonal relationship or a community embrace its policing entity than maybe start off with something like this? It's why I'm hopeful.